Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Macomb High School. As Chris Frankhauser, Dwayne Hulett, we're back with you, and it's time for some Bomber football as they play host to the QND Raiders. Quincy, Notre Dame in the house for night number one, playoff round number one for the IHSA Class 4A state tournament. And Chris, we talked about it for about an hour leading up to tonight, and it is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be electric. Can't wait for this one to get started. The Bombers did win the toss and I believe deferred to the second half. So we'll get a start tonight. First look at the Bomber defense.
We're just about ready to go here. We're going to move the scoreboard around a little bit for you on the screen. We do have a sideline camera tonight. So we'll let you watch that as the Bombers are coming out on the field. John Burton will be on the sideline camera. Kenny Suter will be on the camera up top. Chris Frankhauser keeping stats, and unfortunately for you, I'm the one you have to listen to all night long. And there are the Bombers on the sideline, thanks to John Burton and the sideline camera, as we're just about ready to go for tonight's 4A playoff game between the Macomb High Bombers and the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders, and there is Coach Tanner Horrell and crew as we get ready to go here, Chris. And I think if you've watched the pregame show, you probably heard everything we had to say. Super excited about this one.
Yeah, I am pumped. As I said, was here in '98 for the last Saturday night playoff game, and I'm excited to see this one as we see the Raiders coming to the field at the south end here in the road white jerseys with the gold helmets.
And the volleyball team from Macomb went to QND and beat them, and the QND Raiders go right to center field. And you don't think that has anything to do with the photo that was taken at the pit a few weeks ago when the Bombers volleyball team beat the Raiders volleyball team at home at the pit. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of fun had here tonight. They went right to the Bomber logo in the center of the field.
I saw that, and it's always no matter the sport. When it's Macomb and Quincy Notre Dame, you're going to be in for quite a contest. Whether it's volleyball, football, basketball, it's always entertaining. And would expect nothing less here tonight.
Yeah, and it means a little more. As we get ready to go, the Bombers will kick off to the Raiders. Chris, you see the Bombers players jumping up and down, stretching their legs. The Raiders come on the field finally as they're getting about ready to go. Back deep to receive for the Raiders, number 23, Charlie Lavery.
Number 8, Jacob Wallenford, I believe the returner on the far side for the Raiders.
And we're just about ready to go from Macomb High School as it's going to be opening kickoff here tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The kickoff was at 7. The show was supposed to come on at 6:50, Jessica. Our live chat is open. Hop in there and let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. There's the kick. It's taken by the up back, and it's going to go down at about the 38-yard line, carried by Denver Bryan. Well, I looked at the wrong number, apparently. I thought it was 19 on the carry. Or on the return. I must have looked a little wrong there. I apologize, folks. So here we go. Ready to go for QND.
It's like 4 receivers set for the Raiders.
Here we go. In motion. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Nothing doing. The Macomb Bomber defense takes the initial stop. And Hunter Kendrick and friends on the stop.
Maybe, nope, they're going to call no gain, so 2nd and 10 for the Raiders at their own 37-yard line.
Raiders taking snap number 2. Handoff's going to go up the middle, a little more running room this time. It's going to get out to the 40, a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders, as it was actually at the 37-yard line to start.
Going to be up across the 40 to about the 41. Ethan Ladd on the stop for the Bombers.
They gave him 4. I thought it really looked like it's a 3-yard gain. Technically never got to the 41, so it's a 3rd and a short 7, long 6. We got near side here, out to the wing, and it's brought down. A great defensive play on the outside by Lindsey May and friends. Carter Hogue out there as well, and the Bombers answered defensively first. A loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9, and the Raiders punt defense comes on for QND. Back deep to receive will be JT Jeter for the Bombers. Back to punt. I just cannot read the numbers on the front of these jerseys. So it's a low snap. It's bobbled. It's going to be downed at the 20-yard line, and the Bombers offense is going to take over for the first time at the 20-yard line of the QND Raiders as the Bombers sideline goes crazy. A big series for the Bombers to open up, Chris, and they have it 1st and 10 at the 20.
Noah Lunt, the punter for QND. The snap, one hopped him, and I thought, it bounced up pretty good for Lunt to pick it up and still get the ball away, but maybe tried to take the eye off the ball, and the Bombers are set up in golden opportunity here on their first drive.
Jack Duncan's going to take it, rolls right. He's going to go to the end zone wide open, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, it's not JT, it's Langdon Allen, and it's incomplete on the first throw, and you don't see the Bombers miss opportunities like that very often.
Yeah, had about 3 or 4 steps on the play, just a little too strong from Duncan on the pass.
So Duncan's going to try it again. We'll watch this play from the end zone with the camera from John Burton as it locked up on us, so we'll go back to this one. Handoff's going to go up the middle. Reiner on the carry, and it's going to go down to the 16-yard line, give or take a half a yard.
Gain of 5.
Nope, it's going to be a gain of 4.
All right.
3rd down and 6. It's like deja vu all over again, and a little trouble with a helmet for a Bomber offensive lineman. It's going to be 2 triples to the right. 1 to the near side is JT Jeter, I do believe. No, it's Holdhouse to the near side. Duncan's going to take his hands off to Reiner. Reiner looks for a hole, finds a little gap. He's going to be close to a first down. Going to be short, it would appear, a gain of about 4 or 5 or 6. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to say he got forward to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 on a Sports Corner, first down for the Macomb Bombers.
A little surprised there, Dwayne, that they didn't bring the chains across to check, but a great job by Reiner. Got just enough for the first down. 1st and goal, ball just inside the 10-yard line.
We'll take another attempt at the end zone camera here. It's going to come right up the middle, right at the camera. Reiner on the carry again.
Going to gain of about 3.
It's going to be, he went to the 9 on the last carry, so he's going to get to the
6.
I think at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6. So gain of 3. Duncan's going to look from the shotgun again. Reiner to his right. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 tight end.
QND showing some pressure up the middle.
0 coverage here for the QND Raiders. Everybody's coming, it looks like. The handoff's going to go, and they ran right into it. And that's one of those times where you maybe would like to see the Bombers just take 1 step back and throw the corner of the end zone.
Right, do a little check-off play, but Reiner's going to lose
his 3 he got with last time.
So back to the 9.
It's going to be back to the 9. 3rd and goal from the 9 for the Bombers. Duncan looks over to the sideline. He's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Left side now is Reiner. Duncan drops back, looks right, throws to a cut, and it's caught by Langdon Allen, BT, gets the touchdown, and the Bombers draw first blood here in the 4A playoffs as Langdon Allen connects, or Jack Duncan connects with Langdon Allen on a sliding slant pattern, and the Bombers lead 6-0.
Flag on the play against Macomb for illegal formation.
Legal formation on the Bombers to take the touchdown off the board.
Oh, never mind. I didn't see a flag anywhere. Take it off the board. It's 3rd and goal at the 14 now. And they'll run it again here. Duncan from the shotgun. He's going to go to the end zone. He's got an open receiver, and it's caught. Touchdown, JT Jeter. Take it away one way, we'll just get it another. And the Bombers back on the scoreboard, 6-0. Over the top. They're trying to play man press coverage, and the Bombers are just right now too good for QND to do that in this first drive. And the Bombers lead 6-0, and you just can't see the score, the clock here. Something 40. 7:40.
All right.
You guys can't see the clock either, can you? So it's going to be Duncan throwing right on the slant. It's knocked away and bobbled around and drops incomplete. But the Bombers will get the lead 6-0 over QND. We'll take our first break of the evening and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH in just a couple minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back as the Bombers ready to kick off, leading 6-0 here at Macomb High School Class 4A IHSA football playoffs. The Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for Macomb, and they lead early in this one 6-0.
That was a heck of a play by on both ends of that, coming back after the touchdown taken off the board.
Langdon Allen, I believe, on to kick. Pop kick, left side this time. It's going to be on the run by Gavin Dolman. He's got some running room down the left side. He's into Bomber territory, knocked out of bounds hard, but not till he's down to the 47-yard line of the Bombers.
Knocked out of bounds by Drew Watson and Braden Holthouse. And a 24-yard return.
Brandon Rittenhouse and others in on the stop for the Bombers, but the Bombers lead 6-0. You can see it on the Arnold Brothers scoreboard as the Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports all season long here to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Back in the shotgun. It's going to be a screen, middle screen. It's brought back across the 50, and the Bombers are going to float to the football, and it's going to be a loss of 2. And then Langdon Allen, a pair of 82s getting into it. Langdon Allen and number 82, Connor McDowell, getting into it behind the play, but a loss of 2 on to completion. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Raiders.
Well, we talked about that in the pregame about the wrap-up ability of Macomb, and they did it perfectly to just like you draw it up there, and a loss of 2 on the play.
Noah Lunt, the quarterback, going to hand off up the middle this time. No, he's going to fake it. Option to the outside, and the Bombers are there again. Carter Hogue and friends out there, as well as trying to see if that was 54 or 64. I think it was 54, Ethan Ladd out there on the stop. Another loss on the play, a loss of 2 more. It brings up 3rd down and 14. Bombers defense has come to play here this evening. Thus far, it's still early. Quarter number 1. The Raiders face a 3rd and 14. Lunt looks back to throw. He's got an open receiver across the middle. He catches it. It's going to be a 1st down to about the 35-yard line. Pass completed.
Jackson Stratton, 15.
It was number 15, Jackson Stratton. Gets the 15, 16, 17-yard completion, and it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders, and their first down of the night, and a big completion for QND. Lunt now to take the snap from the pistol. Handoff up the middle, and there's nothing there. The Bomber defense, Reiner and friends. Meredith is there. And the Bombers, a big-time stop and a loss of 2. No, a loss of 3, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 13.
Brock Wiley on the carry for the Raiders.
2nd down and 13.
2 wide receivers near side, 1 far, 2 setbacks, 1 to the left of Lunt. A deep setback is there as well. Pitch is going to go out to the left side. The Bombers not as good a coverage this time out there, but a nice little run on the far side on the carry, number 2, Brock Wiley. It's going to be a gain of
about
6. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders.
Bombers showing some pressure that time. Had a lot of men up on the line of scrimmage.
The Bombers are running to the ball. Coach Tanner Horrell, in his interview with us in the pregame show, said that was going to be key for the Bombers. 3 wide receivers near side, 1 far, single setback beside Lunt. He's going to drop down. He's beat. Jones is beat, and he drops it. It's over the right shoulder. I should say the wrong shoulder, intended for Aiden Klauser. And if it would have been over his left shoulder, Chris, it would have been a touchdown. But it was over his right. He couldn't get turned back around to catch it.
Yeah.
And Jaden Jones got beat on coverage.
Just a simple drop as Jones kind of got faked out on the play. And bad for the Raiders, good for the Bombers. That one went through the hands, and the Raiders going to go for it here on 4th and about 8.
4th and 7 or 8, give or take. Lunt with a setback to each side. 2 wide receivers near. Lunt is going to try to draw the Bombers off, it looks like. See if they ever do snap it here. They are not going to snap it. Well, he's going to drop back to punt. Lunt is going to drop back into punt formation. A little pooch kick coming here for the Raiders. And it's look at the coverage down there. It's going to take a Bomber bounce, though. It goes out of bounds inside the 10, but it could have been a lot worse because they had somebody down there trying to see who that is on the far side.
23.
Number 23, Charlie Lavery, was down there just waiting for that ball. It had great hang time, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bombers inside their 10 at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, fortunately for the Bombers, that ball hit at about the 8, 9-yard line and kicked sideways instead of going towards the goal line.
It's going to be Bomber football. There's a little different formation. Jeter goes right. Langdon Allen comes left. 2 setbacks, Lindsey May and Max Reiner with Duncan in the backfield. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He's got some running room around the right side. He slips and falls, and he went down, I think. They're going to call him down, or are they going to call him down?
No, I don't think so.
One official says he was down on the far side. Official on the near side marked him at the 10, but they're going to mark him down at the 6. A loss of 1 for Reiner.
No gain. 2nd down and 10.
The official on the far side, actually, they didn't give him a loss of 1. Sorry about that, Chris.
So no gain?
No gain on the play.
That's all right.
Reiner lost his footing as he cut. Duncan now single setback. Jones is going to get they're going to fake the shovel pass. Reiner's going to keep it this time. Bounces up the middle, ball's out. Langdon Allen picks it up, and he's going to try to make something happen. He's going to get outside the 10, and
wow, that could have been huge.
Disastrous
for the Bombers.
And Langdon Allen's going to, and there's somebody coming up, Lavery coming up a little hurt for the Raiders, it looked like. He's holding his left arm there. You can see it at the bottom right side of the camera. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5.
3rd down and 5.
As Langdon Allen got a gain of 5 on that. And it's going to be Duncan dropping back, rolls right, throws short. It's going to be caught inside the 10, and it's going to be a first down, a Sports Corner first down, and a late hit out of bounds. It was not on purpose, though. They were both falling down. Jaden Jones, I believe, on the catch. And he's going to get a Sports Corner first down from about the 12-yard line. They're going to go all the way out to the 22.
So gain of 10.
A gain of 10 and a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers, and that's a big one, Chris, if nothing else, to change field position a little bit.
Right, get a little more breathing room for the Bombers.
John Shin watching, saying go Raiders. Here's the kick, or the pass, excuse me. Pass completed for the Bombers to JT Jeter. A short gain on the play, a gain of about 4. They'll probably call it 5. Nah, we're going to call it 4, though. It's 2nd and 6.
It's going to be 5 on the sheet.
It's going to be 5 on the sheet. Yeah, they did call it 4. So they did call it 4. Duncan now is going to hand off to Reiner. Reiner up the middle. He's got a little running room. He's across the 30 to the 20, or gosh, I can't even talk. Across the 30 to the 32, maybe the 33. It's going to be a sports corner first down for the Bombers.
Gain of 7.
1st and 10, Bombers at their own 33-yard line. This drive started at the 7. They've had 2 sports corner first downs. They've got 1 Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown. We haven't had a base camp timeout just yet. We'll see if we get one of those a little bit later. Wide receiver to the near side. You can't see him on camera as Braden Holdhouse. There's 3 to the near side. They're going to fake right, then a hesitation, a crossing pattern deep down the field, and it's going to be JT Jeter, who was the lone receiver on the right side. Another sports corner first down from the 33 out to the 49. Just shy of the 49. See where they mark it. No, it is the 4. No, it's the 48, actually. It's a gain of 15 and a first down, a sports corner first down for the Bombers. The Bombers hand off to Reiner again. He's going to go right side, and he just powers his way forward. He'll gain 3 on the play, maybe 4. We'll see where they mark it.
Gets it into Raider territory. 48.
Give him a gain of 3. Yeah, 4 technically. And we'll call it 2nd and 6.
7 carries for 21 yards for Max so far.
And here's the handoff right back to Max Reiner again, and he bowls his way right straight forward. No hesitation, no sidestepping, just getting the ball, putting 2 hands on it, and running forward. And he's going to gain 6. 5. We'll give him 5 because we didn't give him as many on the last one. So gain of 5, 3rd down and 2. Under center is Duncan, and he's going to.
He should have it with forward
progress.
Be
close.
Thought he got it down close to the 40.
Going to stop it, and they might take our first measurement of the year. I haven't seen a measurement in a Bomber game all season long.
I thought he had it, but officials still talking over on the far side.
See what they're doing here. They are going to take a measurement. We'll tell you. This game on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales, with locations in Macomb and Augusta. And with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales. They're down showing the field, and it is a first down, a sports corner first down for Macomb at the 42-yard line. We'll see where they actually mark it at. Looks like the 41-yard line of the Raiders. Once again, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided greater Macomb area with expert sales and service and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852. Duncan, shotgun, drops back, looks right, fakes left, crossing pattern again. JT Jeter, open and good.
It's going to be down near the 20,
and another
at the 21.
A sports corner first down, a 20-yard gain for the Bombers, and they are marching it right down the field against the Raiders. Kind of a pistol formation now as a deep setback. Handoff's going to go to Reiner, and he's just going to lower his head and run right up the field. He doesn't get touched for about 6 or 7 yards, and he's going to have another sports corner first down, a 12-yard gain for Max Reiner, and the Bombers are going to have it first and goal at the Raiders. They might give him more than I thought. 9, Raiders 9.
Right.
It's first a 12-yard gain, first and goal at the 9 for the Bombers.
You got to love Reiner, just no hesitation. He gets the ball, and he is at full speed.
Do it again, and he's running forward. That time a little better defensive play in the backfield, making a stop in the backfield. Number 42, Taylon Scott, as he came around the end to make the stop.
Also, A.J. Siebers, number 10,
a loss of
for the
one.
Raiders, but that's going to be the end of the opening quarter, and the Bombers going to take a 6-0 lead to quarter number 2.
That's the 1-yard loss for Reiner. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 10 for the Bombers when we come back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Welcome back to Macomb High School as we get ready to open a second quarter of play here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as the Bombers have. So I'm trying to get the quarter to switch, and it's not switching for me. There it went. Went to one too many. Second quarter action. Bombers have it 2nd and goal at the 10. I want to say hi in our live chat. T-Spain watching us. Go Bombers. Thanks, T-Spain. And John Shin said go Raiders. Mentioned him earlier. Taylor Brown talking about not taking a field goal for the Raiders. And Brian Donovan said let's go Bombers. Play hard. Class alum of 83. So we're happy to have everybody on. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We'd love to have you guys in the live chat as we get ready to go here for 2nd and goal at the 10. Duncan going to take the snap. Looks right. He's got Jeter wide open in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Bombers, 10 yards. And the Bombers have a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown to open the second quarter. We're going to call it about the 11:56 mark. At 54, technically, 11:54 of the second quarter. The Bombers get the touchdown, and they lead 12-0 over the Raiders.
Second connection between Duncan and Jeter for 6 for the Bombers. 12-0 lead for Macomb High.
Duncan going to take the snap again as the Bombers, as usual, go for 2, give it to Reiner. Reiner's going to shuffle around, find his way, and he's in for the 2-point conversion, I think. Maybe he got stopped short.
Nope, far official.
He's no good. So both runs fail. Actually, the pass failed the first time. The run failed the second time. But the Bombers lead 12-0 as we're underway in the second quarter here from Macomb High School. This game being brought to you tonight by the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb. Serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade desserts, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day, and a free Wi-Fi is available. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com or call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Colton LeGros says the Macomb Fire Department's tuning in from the firehouse. Go Bombers. Sports Corner first down, as LeGros says, and we're happy to have you guys watching us. Thank you very much, everybody that's tuning in. Kyler Miller, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. If you have some questions as we go along, don't hesitate to ask. We'll try to do our best to answer them. The home grandstands, you can't see them very well, I don't think at all probably, but the home grandstands are packed here. And the Bombers' Sports Corner first downs have come plentifully here thus far in the first half, and the Bombers are on to kick off again, and it's going to be Langdon Allen, so you can expect the pooch kick. Western Illinois Athletics, Bus 3, heading back from Springfield, Missouri, checking in. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Had a great watch party at Sports Corner at 124 tonight, or this afternoon for the game, and a fair catch on the kickoff done by Denver Bryan. Don't see those very often, but probably a good call. Chad Taylor joining us, and go Bombers. And a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown gives the Bombers a 12-0 lead as we're just underway here in the second quarter. Doug Hagan joining us as well. And the Raiders down 2 scores now, and it's getting crunch time, I think, for them with a Bomber offense that has not been slowed down. Lunt's going to – that's not Lunt. It's Stat. And he's got some running room, and he's going to score unless somebody can track him down. And here comes Jaden Jones trying to do just that, but he can't do it. And at number 15, Jackson Stratton from the Wildcat goes 64 yards for the touchdown. And we said the Raiders needed to answer, and they did in a hurry. 11:41 remaining, and the Raiders get the first touchdown, their first touchdown of the game, and just like that, they are right back in it.
We're going to see the extra point attempt out of Stratton.
He's got to be wore out after that.
He's got his hands on the hip, getting maybe a little extra wind here.
Couple broken tackles. That's the first time we've seen him break any tackles all night, but they got it done here. Stratton's kick is up and good. And that field goal, or that extra point, could be huge moving forward because now a touchdown gives them a lead without the extra point.
5 point, that's where that extra point was big, and the Bombers not converting on either one of their 2-point conversions.
Jacob Berg is watching. Bruce Burton watching from Good Hope. Thanks for joining us, Bruce. Jan Lucy. Got Johnny McKee to run chains. That's right. Johnny McKee down there running the chains. Little Debbie, who we had to punish a little bit earlier, watching from Collegedale, Tennessee. Keep the chat clear and clean, if you would, folks. We'd greatly appreciate it. Taylor Brown. Jensen Laughlin. Played for the Cyclones in the I8FA playoffs today. Andrew Puccini. Go Bombers. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I thought so. You looked at me like I was wrong.
Hey.
Jessica LaGrange is watching from Maine. Todd Moon joining us as well. Awesome to see all the live chat popping up, and we've got us a football game.
We do. 12-7. Raiders set to kick it off.
And here's the kick. It's down the middle of the field. It's going to be taken by the up-back. And making one man miss, making another, and it's Jaden Jones, I believe, on the return.
Number 3.
And he's out to the 40 for the Bombers.
That's a little stutter set by Jones on that. Got him out up the middle a little bit. And the Bombers setting up pretty good shape here. 1st and 10 at their own 40.
So we'll see what the Bombers do in response. Now, the Raiders had not really had anything good happen. They've had something good happen. Let's see how they respond defensively, because they've played very well defensively in recent weeks.
Right.
Duncan's going to hand off to Reiner. He's going to go around left side. There's a wall. Oh, he breaks a tackle and breaks another one, and he's going to make a positive out of a negative because he was hit in the backfield about 4 yards deep. He's going to gain 4, maybe 5. We'll see, and it's going to bring up – actually, 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Grant Brown's watching from Chandler, Arizona. Jason Branch says, go Bombers. From Outer Banks, North Carolina. Outer Banks are beautiful, folks.
Yes, they are.
If you haven't been there, you need to go. Jan, Lucy, and Jim are listening from Connecticut. Duncan looking deep downfield, and he overthrew his.
That's who?
Looked like Langdon Allen
maybe
stopped.
Cut the route short.
Yeah, he stopped. Maybe he was going to run a stop route, and Duncan expected him to throw.
23, Charlie Lavery was the closest to the football.
Hey, Jason Arthur, thanks for joining us. So the Bombers now face a 3rd down and 6 from their own 44-yard line, and some communications going on here as they finally get the football down.
Dwayne, that's only the 2nd incomplete pass for Duncan in the first half.
Duncan does not throw. He's completing on a 70-some percentage on the season. Tyler Porter is watching as well. Thanks for joining us, Tyler. Here we go. Duncan facing 3rd and 6 with the Bombers. He's going to look right. He's going to throw. He slipped, and it's going to come back, and nearly coming back for it was J.T. Jeter, and J.T. Jeter thought he got hit, and he might have, by Aiden Klauser, and the Bombers might punt here for the first time tonight.
Yeah,
it's 4th and 6.
Duncan's still able to get good air under that ball. As you said, Dwayne, he lost his footing as soon as he went back to throw that football.
So the Bombers on to punt. Tracy Tillman watching number 82 from Tallahassee, Florida. Michelle Whitler. Michelle Zanger from Minden says, go Raiders. And here we go. The punt It's a nice high punt, left side. Bombers not going to get a very good roll, though. It's going to roll sideways, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 24-yard line. And the Raiders defense, for the first time tonight, get a stop. Revorg Z says, go Bombers, a 2011 alum, Zach Grover, and a 2014 alum, Madison Worley, checking in. Thanks for joining us. James Roothouse, the Roothouse family watching from the Quad Cities. 1st and 10 at the 24 for the Raiders, and now the Bombers, for the first time, seen a little adversity.
Right, and we'll see how the defense responded because said we don't see many missed tackles out of the Bombers. There were a couple on that last touchdown run for the Raiders.
So a wide receiver far and near. Lunt back. No, that's number Stratton. It's still Stratton in the deep set. He's going to just keep it and run, and he's going to be brought down this time. He's going to gain a little bit. On the stop was Lindsey May. It's a gain of 3, I think. We'll see where they mark it. It is a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. And the difference here is the Raiders have went straight to the Wildcat and not giving the Bombers defense any chance to get to the ball.
But you know who just checked back in? I see 18 Lunt back into the ball game at quarterback for QND.
No, that's Stratton still there.
Stratton. Lunt did check into the game, though.
And it's going to be the Ligman family watching, Mason Cromer watching. Here's Stratton again, and
nice.
Again another big hit. And Meredith behind the play. Meredith battling with number 78, Colin Outgilbers.
Was that 78 or 76?
I thought it was 78, but you're right. It was number 76. Behind the play, Wilson Henning.
So 3rd and 8?
Yeah, no, it's 3rd and 7. I think it was no gain. Didn't we give him 3 on the last one?
Yeah.
So no gain on the play. 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders. And it does look like Lunt is back at the quarterback spot this time. Motion from the Raiders. Lunt back to throw. He's got an open receiver across the middle. It's hit.
Oh,
intercepted by Ethan Ladd, and he's going to fall down. And if he hadn't have tripped, he would have had a little bit of running room. But the Bombers get the first turnover of the game.
JT Jeter with the hit that popped the ball loose. And great heads-up play by Ladd, and the Bombers set up 1st and 10 inside the Raider 40.
Any questions on how the Bombers would respond to a little adversity? Question answered.
Yeah.
And here we go. JT Jeter and Langdon Allen near side are going to be the wideouts. Duncan going to have Reiner behind him in a pistol formation. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He just lowers his head. He is not allowing the Raiders to get any real good lick on him. And the offensive line just given enough space, Chris, to get him a little bit of a gap, and he's just taking full advantage.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I love Reiner gets the ball, and he's hitting the hole. He's not deviating. No dancing around, straight to the hole.
Duncan in the pistol again. Reiner the deep setback. Duncan looks to the sideline, as do all the receivers. Reiner doesn't pay any attention. Handoff, nope, fake. It's going to go to Jeter, and he's got the man beat, but he overthrows him. JT Jeter had the cornerback on the near side, number 5, Aiden Klauser, beat. Duncan overthrows him, and you just don't see that very often. But it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Yeah, 3rd and 8, I guess, isn't it? You were right, 3rd and 8. Klauser on the near side was burnt by Jeter, but Duncan just couldn't connect with him. Fake. It's going to be to Jeter. Nice tackle on the near side by Klauser in the open field. It's a short gain of 1. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Bombers at the 33-yard line of the Raiders. And it's a huge, huge stop for Klauser because Jeter had running room.
Yes, he did.
Kyle Watson says shout out to his players. Duncan looking here. And a base camp timeout charged to the Raiders. This game being brought to you on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time Live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And after the timeout, the Bombers still going to go for it on 4th and 7. Duncan going to look downfield. He's got the catch. JT Jeter on the catch. What a catch. And you've talked about JT Jeter all season and what kind of a receiver he is. He goes from the 33 down to the 21, make it to 20. I don't know where they're going to go. Hold on a second.
The 21.
The one official on the line is at the 21. They're marking it at, we're going to call it the 21. A 12-yard pass and a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers.
What concentration by Jeter on that play.
Here comes fake the shovel pass. Give it to Reiner right up the middle. He's going to go for a gain of 4 or 5. Max Reiner gains 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Want to say hi to Doug Lashir, the class of 05, watching from Calixco? How do you say that? Calixco?
California.
Yeah, somewhere
awesome.
In California. Thank you for
watching.
joining us. Duncan's going to take the snap again.
Quick pitch to
Jaden Jones on the shovel pass, and he's going to
one.
bounce around. He's going to get outside,
first down.
and he's going to get a Sports Corner first down.
Awesome.
What running by Jaden Jones. And the Bombers respawn in a big, big way as Ian Case coming into the game now. And Jaden Jones will come out after the big catch
Are they going to
and
say
run.
actually short of the first down?
Oh, they stepped out. 3rd down and 1. So a gain of 5.
Play by Jones, because that play could have been a loss of about 3 or 4 on the play.
A gain of 5 on the pass, on the shovel pass. Duncan's going to take it. He's going to try and get the first down. Can he get there? He got stopped pretty quick. It's 3rd down. It's going to be close, but, man, they were there. Of course, they're going to go for it if they don't get it.
The official back judge signals 4th down.
See what they do here.
Yep,
it's going to be 4th down. No gain on the play. Tom Knowles is watching from Phoenix, Arizona, Midwest Explorers. Yeah, it was a great catch. You're absolutely right. We're going to try it again. 4th and less than a yard for the Bombers. I want to say hi to Elmwood starting center Mason Giesman joining us tonight, and we're going to have a base camp timeout. This one charged to the Bombers, and we'll take a break as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back in just about 30 seconds or so.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. We're down something in 41 seconds left. I can't really see the clock from where we sit. Mason Cromer deleted his message. I don't think he was really watching from Russia. Maybe he was. I want to say hi to Ryan Lunt and family. And we're going to call false start on the Bombers. And it is a false start. Bombers 4th and 6 now as the first penalty for the Bombers, I think. Second penalty for the Bombers.
Because they had the touchdown taken away.
Oh, that's right.
So 2 penalties on the Bombers for 10 yards.
4th down and 6 now, and the Bombers get a chance to run something else here. 2 tight ends, 1 setback, 2 wide receivers near side. Duncan's going to roll out, throws downfield. He's got Langdon Allen, and it's bobbled around and dropped. Great recovery coming back to make this break up the pass.
41 on the coverage.
41, Daniel Dyer. Turnover on downs, and the Raiders answer to be 1st and 10 at their own 16 or 17-yard line. Chad Taylor, class of 2000, watching from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Class of 1982 tuning in. Wes Moore, MHS class of 2012, watching from Columbia, Missouri. The Big Miz. And here we go. Bombers now defense with the inverted wishbone from the shotgun. Lunt's going to take the handoff and give it to the deep back. And it's Stratton, and it's going to go to the 19-yard line, a gain of 2, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Seeing back behind the play again, Henning and Meredith.
Gregory, I wish I could tell you how much time the scoreboard was put in a relatively poor location. I want to say we're at the 5-minute mark, maybe close to the 5-minute mark. We can see the seconds, but we can't see the minutes. That's the problem. Handoff's going to go up the middle again, and more running room for the Raiders that time. And it's Stratton again, and he's going to gain out to the 25-yard line. And it's a gain of 5. 5:45 they're saying, so we must have been close to the 6-minute mark. I heard the radio station say they got a little better angle than we do. It's 3rd down and 2.
It's 3rd down and 2.
Stratton again as the offense has switched up a little bit for the Raiders as they've got that inverted bone. Now in motion comes number 2, Brock Wiley. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Stratton. He's around the side, off left side as he, I think it was, and they got behind the play having a little extracurricular activity. Been a little bit of that, a 1st down for the Raiders out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 5.
Gain of 3 yards and good for the Raiders. First down.
Well, they said 3. It was, I thought it was they were only at the 32, weren't they?
I thought
or
so.
22,
22, yeah.
Kelly Webster joining us. She roots for the Cyclones these days mostly, but happy to have her on board with us. And the toss on the backside toss, it was kind of a reverse toss, and it's going to be a 7-yard gain, maybe 8. Stratton again on the carry. Ethan Ladd on the stop, and it's going to be a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. So the Raiders have kind of found some stuff that works now with Stratton. And the Bombers that penalty against the Bombers on 4th and less than a yard may prove to be huge here as we move forward. Lunt, though, is going to take the snap from the shotgun, hand off to Stratton again. Not a whole lot of difference going on here. It's one thing after another. Another dose of a 5-yard dose of Stratton, and it's a 1st down for the Raiders.
Going to get it out close to the 40. Going to put it right at the 40, it looks like. 96 yards on 9 carries for Stratton officially.
Roger Frowing from Macomb, class of 64. Chris Jackson, class of 2012. Crystal Botteroff for the class of 90. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. Lunt. Everybody stayed on sides, barely. In motion goes McDowell. Toss out to Stratton. And this time, Max Reiner comes up and makes the stop.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Big hit, and that's the first time the Bombers' defense has been in the backfield. It's becoming pretty apparent for both of these teams. It seems like that the hesitation stuff just doesn't work in the running game. You get to hit the hole running and hard. Tony D watching from Baltimore. Played Q&D first time in 1970, he says. And here they go. The room is shaking up here. The Bombers fans making a lot of noise. Incomplete.
Langdon Allen.
Langdon Allen and others there on the stop. Not real sure who that was intended for.
23 Labor, I believe, the intended receiver.
Folks, we would love to update you on the time. I greatly appreciate you trying to get us to. We would do it on the regular if we could, but we just cannot see the clock from where we're at. The Bomber scoreboard was moved back when they put the new track in.
3:08.
And it just it's been a long 2 minutes if it's still 3:08. Lunt back to throw. He's got a receiver right side into flat, overthrows him. Hogue on the coverage, I do believe, over there. And it's
4th and 12.
4th and 12, and probably a punting situation for the Raiders. The Butlers, Melanie and Kevin, watching from Macomb. Just over 3 minutes, George Cooley, we believe, is what's on the clock. Chris was able to lean out and see part of the clock. Lunt back to punt again for the Raiders. So the score has come on one big play for the Raiders. That's a high punt. It's short off the right side. He gets a pretty decent little bounce. It's going to go out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Kyle Watson says he's a class of 87 from Industry watching the game. That's a high school. It's not there anymore.
Right.
Colchester's not there anymore. There's a lot of high schools from those areas that are not around anymore. They've combined into other things.
Before moving to Macomb, I was a Yorkwood Golden Bear.
Well,
that goes back a ways.
That goes back a long ways. I remember old Yorkwood. Little York and Kirkwood, right?
Lived in Kirkwood.
Here we go. Duncan's going to throw near side to Jeter. Jeter's got a little bit of running room. Be near a sports corner first down. I think he's going to be a little short, though.
Gain of about 8.
I think they might give him 9 here. We'll see where they mark it. It is a gain of 9.
That's going to put Duncan over 100 yards passing on the evening, 103.
He's had some open looks deep, too, that he's not been able to connect on, which is abnormal for Duncan in his receiver. There's a double shovel pass, and it's going to be Jeter around the outside. He's going to cut it upfield, a sports corner first down, a whole lot of running for about a 6-yard gain or a 5-yard gain. We'll see where they mark it. It is a 6-yard gain. It was a pass and then a lateral to Jeter, so it's actually pass yardage for Jeter, 6 yards.
That's going to put Jeter up over almost 100 yards receiving in the half.
Duncan's going to roll right. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to make one guy miss, and he's going to gain about a yard or two after he falls forward. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 at the 50 for the Bombers. I thought for a second that ball was going to come out,
right.
Chris.
Well, you had it held. Minute 45 on the clock.
Here's the Bombers get the ball to start the second half, correct?
Yes.
So we'll see what the Bombers can do here. If they can get a score here, and there's Jaden Jones on that shovel pass. He cuts it upfield a lot quicker than normal. He's going to gain 4, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5 for the Bombers at the 46-yard line of the Raiders. Clock running here as we approach the 1-minute mark.
1:10 now on the clock.
Lynn Novera, the Murfreesboro Athletic Director, is watching. That's who these two. There's an offsides. And it's going to be close to – now, I'm going to be interested to see here, Chris, if that's actually a first down.
Yeah, I am too. And interesting because the official on the near side did not throw the flag, and it took a little bit for the official on the far side to throw it. We'll get the mark off here. Well, that's enough for a first down.
I think they actually gave him about
6, yeah.
5.5 on that.
I do too.
But it's going to be a sports corner first down by penalty, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers at the 41 with about a minute to go, clock running.
Bombers with 2 timeouts remaining.
But the Murfreesboro Athletic Director watching. His school will be playing next week. There's Drew Watson on the catch. And it's going to be a gain of 8. second down and 2. Bombers right back to the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 8 yards, second down and 2.
Duncan's going to look. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got somebody open. Drew Watson again on the catch from the 34. He's going to go down to the 20. A gain of 14 and a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers. And they're trying to make something happen here. And I can't. 25 seconds or so remaining.
Yep, 22. Just spike it.
What did he do?
Spiked it.
He incompleted. He tried to. I think they're going to ineligible. He hit. I think he was trying to spike it, but he actually ran forward when he did it, and he threw it. And if he threw it without spike, he hit an ineligible receiver, and they're going to say intentional grounding and a loss of down. So they call it intentional grounding. Duncan wanted to spike it,
right.
I think, and he. Not real sure what he acted like he was taking a knee, but he didn't
right.
want to lose a yard, so he kind of went forward instead of just stepping back and throwing the ball at the ground. Not real sure. Intentional grounding, loss of 5, loss of down. It's going to bring up.
Timeout taken.
A timeout's going to be taken by the Bombers, their second of the half. And the Bombers, this is a huge series here, and I can't tell how much time's left. We're down under 20 seconds or so, but 2 or 3 attempts at the end zone here, Chris. But this is a huge series for maybe more for Q&D than the Bombers, because if the Bombers get a score here, they get the ball first, and it can become a 3-possession game real easy.
Right.
If Q&D can prevent that, at least they can. If they give up that score to start, then it's not nearly as big coming into the second half.
Right. Bombers with 1 timeout remaining. I'm a little surprised there, Dwayne, we didn't take a timeout a little sooner.
Little Debbie says not having a field goal kicker could be a big deal, and we mentioned that earlier. That is correct. It could be. So the Bombers, 2 wide receivers near, 2 wide receivers far. Jaden Jones and JT Jeter near side. Connor Watson, the freshman, with a couple big catches here in this drive. Duncan's going to drop back, looks left. Now he comes back to the right. He's going to throw it downfield, and he overthrows Jaden Jones, incomplete.
Yeah, a couple big catches there for Drew Watson on this series for the Bombers.
3rd down and 15. 7 seconds left, I believe.
Looks like maybe a 12.7.
12.7?
Can't see the 1 for sure. There's a 2.7 something.
So here comes Duncan, looking down the middle. He's got a crossing pattern. It's incomplete as he underthrew Langdon Allen, I believe, cutting across the middle. If Duncan leads him, it's a catch probably and maybe a touchdown, but a little bit behind and low. And it's 4th and 15 with minimal seconds left here in the first half. So the Bombers going to talk. Braden Holthouse and Jaden Jones and Langdon Allen go far side. Near side is Connor Watson. No JT Jeter. He's over here with the trainer on the sideline. Down the middle of the field, he's got, it's going to be, is it intercepted?
Nope.
No, it's
dropped.
incomplete, but that'll be a turnover on downs. Drew Watson. Did I say Connor Watson earlier?
Yes.
Drew Watson, my bad, folks. Drew Watson's going to hate me throughout this. Drew Watson, the 2 catches, not Connor, Drew. And it's 1st and 10 Raiders with a handful of seconds remaining. And it looks like they've got a couple receivers out just to keep everybody honest, but I think they're going to take a knee here. We'll see. Lunt goes up under center. First time he's done that all night. He takes the knee, and that'll be the last play of the first half. The Bombers lead at the halfway point 12-7 here in a slugfest from Macomb High School in IHSA Class 4A opening round playoff action on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching Bomber Sports brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And make your voice heard.
All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here, and then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but everywhere. Right? So everywhere. This is a profession that you can make a good living at. A profession that high schoolers that are playing these sporting events or high schoolers that are watching these sporting events should consider, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. You will always be assured to have a job, a career in nursing. I hate to call it just a job because you really want someone on that career path who has that passion for caring for people, for providing nursing care. Through your education and through your orientation, we can teach you your skill set. But if you have that passion and the desire to be in the nursing profession, you will do fine.
Yeah, a career and a job, while they might be listed as the same thing, they're really not, correct? I mean, if your career is being a nurse, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot more than if it's a job, right?
That's right. And you don't go into it first and foremost for the money. You go into it because that's what you want to do with your life, and the money certainly will follow.
Yeah, and that goes for anything probably,
yes.
But the nice thing is right now, whether the money's good or bad, there's always going to be a job.
There will.
If you can get through the schooling and you can learn to love what you're doing, there's always going to be a job for you. Right?
And it's not something for high school graduates exclusively. We have many people who have made changes midlife. We have people who have retired from their career in one thing and have chosen to go into nursing. So it's open for any age, and we certainly welcome that.
And you mentioned there's different areas of expertise for nurses. People think of that for doctors, but it's really that same way for nurses, right? I mean, you can be a surgical nurse and really become a great surgical nurse, or you can become a great ICU nurse, or you can do all those things.
Yes.
But if you really want to focus on something or be at OB, which you guys have a great OB department here, if that's what you want your focus to be and you really love working with expected and new mothers and young babies, you can do that, right?
You can do that. We also have positions in our MDH physician clinic practices as well. And if you are in nursing and you can choose to specialize in a certain department, you can choose to go on and be a director or a clinical care coordinator. You can go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. You can go many different directions and really as high as to whatever extent in your education you would like to pursue.
Well, Wanda, thanks for coming and talking to us. We greatly appreciate it. I know that there's probably specific places within MDH that they can reach out to, correct? Is there somewhere that they need to call if they're interested?
I would call our human resource department and start there, and then they can help direct and guide you. They can tell you about openings that we currently have. All of our current positions are listed on our MDH website, www.mdh.org. But certainly any positions for high school students, if they would like to start somewhere within the organization or volunteer experience, reach out to Human Resources and they can help direct you.
Well, again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Macomb High School, hopefully, as we've had some internet issues here this evening. Once again, I don't know what we've been having these problems here lately as we switched internet a couple different times now, and says that OBS is not getting a signal out. It says red, but it's showing out plenty of kilobytes per second, so we'll see if it works for everybody at home, as we've lost our visual in our normal standard here, and we do apologize for that. Chris Frankhauser, Dwayne Hulett, and we are back underway here as it looks like our view is working. So we'll see if we can get Kenny to go up and move the camera around a little bit and make sure we're all good. So Chris, let's talk about what we got. Let's talk about what we got going on here at the half stat-wise.
Well, unofficially, first for the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders, got Brock Wiley 3 carries for 3 yards. Stratton, 94 yards on 10 carries. Of course, the big chunk of that was that 64-yard touchdown run for the Raiders. One passing 3 of 5 for 13 yards, and Stratton on the receiving end of all 3 of those catches. So not a lot of offense for the Raiders here in the opening half. For the Bombers, Jack Duncan, 13-21 for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns unofficially. Max Reiner, 13 carries for 48 unofficially. Jack Duncan, 2 carries for 3. Langdon Allen, 1 carry for 5. Jayden Jones, 2 carries for 8. JT Jeter, 1 carry for 6. Jeter almost 100 yards receiving, 9 catches for 94 yards. Both of the touchdown catches for the Bombers were Duncan to Jeter. Langdon Allen, 1 catch for 10. Drew Watson, a couple big catches there. The freshman on the last drive, he's got 2 receptions for 27 yards. And Jayden Jones, 1 catch for 10 yards for the Bombers. Scoring summary was 6-0 lead for the Bombers as they answered first. Had a touchdown taken away on a legal procedure penalty. So moved it back from the 9 to the 14. It didn't matter. Duncan to JT Jeter, 14 yards on the pitch and catch. 7:40 to go in the opening quarter. 2-point conversion pass was no good. 6-0 lead for the Bombers at that point. Bombers would, on the first play of the second quarter, It was Duncan to JT Jeter again, a 10-yard touchdown pass. The run this time was no good. 12-0 to score that, 11:54 to play in the first half. And then Q&D doing an answer right back to, after the kickoff. It was Stratton on a 64-yard touchdown run on the opening play of that drive. The extra point attempt good, and it's a 12-7 lead for the Bombers as we head to the second half. Bombers will get the football to start the third quarter.
So we've had some issues with internet and so on. People just lounging around wherever they want to up here. It's a lot of people in the booth, and not sure if we lost internet there or not. We, unfortunately, not going to see the live chat anymore. I'm sure you guys can still chat in it, but try to be sociable and polite, and we'll go back and delete stuff that we need to as we've lost our visual here from Jeremy Butcher's watching from Tucson, Arizona. And Murfreesboro says they're looking forward to making the trip next Saturday, either Q&D or Macomb. They don't care. Game time appears to be 3 p.m. That Macomb facility looks beautiful, and it is absolutely beautiful for sure. But there's a lot of football to be played here yet,
yes,
Chris.
there is.
And the Bombers' defense has come to play. They gave up one big play. And the Bombers' offense has been right there so many times, but a couple of a turnover on downs and a punt that both times had opportunities to get to the end zone.
Right, and you know, Duncan just a little strong on a couple of passes, had some guys open, you know, make that connection. The Bombers could have a couple more scores on the board here in the opening half.
The real question for the Bombers is JT Jeter and his health. Drew Watson came in and spelled him in the final stages of the second quarter. He had two big catches, did Drew Watson, and JT Jeter was on the sideline, and he might still be there.
Got a couple Bombers down, getting stretched out here below us.
So we'll see if the Bombers, what they do. As we talked about, Chris, in the pregame show, they come in extremely healthy, and there is JT Jeter out there, but he is walking very gingerly as they get ready to do their huddle here to start the second half. And we'll see if Jeter's able to continue or not. Looked like it might have been a hamstring or something.
Right.
And I'm going to go with no, the way he's hobbling. We'll see, though. We didn't think he was going to play in a game earlier this year and played extremely well. But Drew Watson came in and did some good things.
Yes, he did.
And Langdon Allen is no slouch, folks. We talk about JT Jeter a lot, and Jeter's got a lot of touchdowns. But Langdon Allen, old BT, can make some stuff happen. And Tyler Cummings, who was the first one to chat tonight, said he's going to be quiet tonight. He has been quiet for the most part as we get ready to go for the third quarter. And unfortunately, Tyler, I won't be able to see if you give me a hard time the rest of the way here as we get ready to go with the third quarter. Bombers will get the ball first. And I think this is a big drive for both teams to set the tone for the second half.
Yeah, Bombers came out there first series, marched it down the field, got the score. And with the couple of missed two-point conversions, just a one-score game, as you said, I think it's big for Macomb to come out, get on the scoreboard, get a touchdown, try to get that two-point conversion and start making, putting a little more distance between the Raiders and this one. But second half, this one's anybody's ball game.
And going back to return the kick is going to be Max Reiner and Jaden Jones. Ian Case is out there. Drew Watson is out there with the hands team. Langdon Allen back deep as well for the Bombers. And JT Jeter
over here on the
is
sideline,
nowhere to be seen.
He's right, standing down there next to Duncan on the Bombers sideline.
He's usually one of the key kick returners, though, and he's not out there. And I'm going to guess that he might be. He's got his helmet on, though, so we shall see. But it's going to be Raiders kicking to the Bombers, right to left on your TV screen as we get ready to go here from Macomb High School for the second half of Class 4A action.
You see Taylor Brown saying Bombers do need points this drive 100%.
I would agree that you might be correct there, Taylor. So Chris has the game pulled up on his screen, so we'll try to keep track of how everything's going. If you see something, we'll try to bring it up in the chat. Here comes the kick for the Raiders, deep down the field, left side, and it's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Bombers will have it 1st and 10 at the 20 to start this second half. First and 10 from the 20 for the Bombers.
And do not see Jeter out there on this first play of the second half.
Drew Watson is the wide out to the near side. Langdon Allen is the slot receiver. It's going to be Reiner, the deep setback, and you wonder if the Bombers don't get back to the nose dive, straight dive plays from Reiner here. Duncan's going to take the shotgun snap. 1st and 10 at the 20, starting the third quarter here. Handoff goes to Reiner. Not much there that time, if anything. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Handoff to Max Reiner. Tackled by Taylor Scott.
So we had the sideline camera, and we planned to use it. We got a new transmitter and receiver, and it just is not liking the interference tonight, so we apologize for that. Looks like we'll be one camera the rest of the way. Duncan looks right into the flat. It's Langdon Allen. Again, no gain on the play, and it's going to bring up, actually, no, they're going to give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
They're going to give him maybe a yard on the pass.
Did they give Reiner a loss of 1 on the last one?
I think they must have.
So here comes Duncan again. 3 wide receivers near side. Duncan's going to roll right. Throws downfield. He's got Langdon Allen. Langdon Allen tries to run over one defender. He's going to have a sports corner 1st down. A gain of 18 or 19. We'll see where they mark it. Out near the 40. And it's going to be a gain of 19 on the play. 1st and 10, a sports corner 1st down for the Bombers. Drew Watson up on the line of scrimmage near side. Langdon Allen far side. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. And Reiner bounces off, and he's going to gain a couple yards as he was stopped at the line of scrimmage again. But he's going to gain 3. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
I want to say congratulations to the QND soccer team. They won a state title over Bellevue Eltoff this afternoon.
That is awesome. Congratulations to the Raiders soccer team. Reiner's going to take it left side again. Off tackle and keeps his feet pounding forward. He's out across the 45.
Gain
another 3. Gain of 2. He's out to the 42, so we'll give him 2.
3rd and 3.
Let's see, 3rd and 4.
Ball right at the Bomber 45.
See what the Bombers do here is they have 2 setbacks, one deep behind Duncan, one to the left. Duncan's going to look to the slant, and it's going to be pass interference. How can you not call that pass interference? Was he not there before the ball?
It looked like it. I don't know if they ruled it maybe just uncatchable because it was thrown pretty low.
4th down and 4 for the Bombers. And the Bombers are going to go for it. Or at least they look like they're going to. This is a big play and a big risk for Coach Horrell and the Bombers. And it's going to be Lindsey May is going to go up and take the right halfback slot. Duncan's going to roll right. He's going to throw.
Got it.
Drew Watson makes the catch, and the Bombers are going to be close to a 1st down. It's going to be a sports corner 1st down. Drew Watson, the freshman, comes out and makes a huge catch.
Yes, he does.
A diving catch for the freshman, and the Bombers have it 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. A 5-yard completion. Here comes in motion Langdon Allen. He's going to go back out to the right side, left side. Reiner on the handoff. He's going to get to the 50 and power his way to about the 48 or 49-yard line.
And wait, that, again, Reiner's hard running as soon as he gets the football. Q&D had a man in the backfield on the play, and Reiner just ran right by him.
A gain of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
Duncan's going to fake the handoff, throw to Drew Watson. Watson's got some running room. He makes the catch. He's across the 35 down to the 34. A gain of 14 or 15. It's going to be a gain of 14 on the pass. It's a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers down to the 34-yard line.
Duncan now with 171 yards passing.
Duncan, handoff to Reiner. Reiner around left side. He's got some running room. He's down across the 35, or down to across the 30, down to about the 28 or 29-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Bombers. Still having some internet issues, it would appear. We apologize. 2 tight end set, 2 wideouts, 1 near, 1 far. Double setbacks beside Duncan, 1 to each side. He's going to look to the right, and he throws right. Watson turns left, and it's incomplete.
So it'll be 3rd down and about 5 for the Bombers.
Ian Case and others come back in. Lindsey May in. And Langdon Allen to wide out to the near side this time. Reiner hesitates a little, but he's going to get close to a first down. He reaches the ball out, but I think he's going to get a gain of
a couple. 4th and 2, gain of 3.
Well, they move it all the way back to the 32. A gain of 2. It's going to be 4th and 3.
Bombers quick to the line.
Going to go forward again here. And a false start again on the Bombers.
Tackle on the far side.
That was Hunter Kendrick on the false start, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 8 for the Bombers.
4 penalties on the Bombers here in the contest for 30 yards.
They have used that play to get the other team to draw offside so many times this year, and it's worked well for them, but tonight it's been adversely effective.
Right.
It has not worked at all for the Bombers tonight. Duncan rolls right to the short side of the field. He's got a receiver open. He was going to be close to a first down. It's going to be Langdon Allen on the catch, and it's a gain of 9. It's 1st and 10. A Sports Corner first down for the Bombers. Langdon Allen on the catch. Sports Corner first down, and the Bombers just eating up clock, driving it down the field here. Duncan rolls short side again. Going to go deep to Drew Watson. What a catch! No, it's incomplete.
Oh.
He had it in his hands, but great defense coming back with Klauser and friends back there. Also, can't see the other number back there. Is that number 9?
Yep, number 9.
Number 9 is Wyatt Mueller coming over to help clean that one up, but it's 2nd down and 10 for the Bombers. Duncan now from the shotgun again, and the handoff's going to go to Reiner. He's got some running. He bounces it outside. There's a block. He's got some running room. They're going to call a foul. It's going to be It's going to be a short gain. See where they throw it at. I think they call a crackback block. I think is what they're going to call. Block in the back. And there you can hear probably people in here in the press box saying that's horrible. That's terrible. But Reiner's going to get a gain of 3, I think. We'll see where they mark it from. See where they mark it from. They're going to mark it from
Penalty against the Bombers was for an illegal block.
Illegal block in the back.
Tracy Tillman, Woot Langdon.
And it's a 10, so he gets a credit for 2 yards. It's 2nd and 18, I think. I actually gained. Duncan now is going to take another stab. Long down here for the Bombers. And he loses the ball. And
Raiders are on
the
it.
Raiders are on it at the 50-yard line.
41 on the
McDowell.
recovery. McDowell.
McDowell was back there, and Dyer picked up the recovery. Daniel Dyer on the recovery. McDowell was the person to force the fumble. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders at the 48-yard line.
The Bombers ate up a lot of clock there, but no points.
Again, they've done that several times this year where they've had opportunities and then have had mistakes of their own. And now we're going to see Stratton back at the shot at the Wildcat. No, it's Lunt back there. He's going to throw. They're going to go for the jugular right off the bat.
Got it.
They've got it, and
Oh.
he drops it. The pass intended right into the hands of Charlie Lavery, and it's incomplete. Hit him in the wrong spot, right in the hands.
Yeah, great throw.
That was a fantastic throw by the starting quarterback, Noah Lunt.
Didn't see who was back on the coverage. Was that Langdon Allen on
No,
the
it's
cover?
Braden Holdhouse,
Braden
actually.
Holdhouse.
Holdhouse got beat deep that time, and he wasn't going to catch him. That's a touchdown if he catches it. He couldn't have dropped that in any better. So try it again. That full house inverted wishbone style beside one to each side of Lunt. In motion goes Stratton. Lunt's going to hand out. No, fakes. Goes right side again,
Got
down
him.
deep downfield, and it's incomplete.
Jones on the coverage for the Bombers.
Jaden Jones kind of bit a little bit on the out route, but then was able to recover. It's 3rd down and 10. Kind of surprised me here that they've went deep 2 times.
Right.
It didn't surprise me on the first one, but the second one, you know, it kind of surprised me. But they probably maybe figure they're in 4-down territory as well.
Right. Christina Brown says, "You got this, Bombers."
So we're going to keep it going here. It's 3rd and 10. And this is, here we go. Stratton. Is Stratton or Lunt at quarterback?
Looks like Lunt.
It is Lunt. Fake the handoff, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. And then Meredith is going to get called for a foul as he threw Lunt down late. James Meredith is going to get called for the foul, personal foul, roughing the passer on James Meredith, and it's going to be a 1st down, I do believe, for the Raiders. James Meredith, well after the play, the ball was not anywhere near catchable, and he got caught up in the moment and threw Lunt to the ground, roughing the passer. A 1st down, 15-yard penalty, and it's 1st and 10 Raiders down to the 37-yard line.
Yep.
And, man, everything was going the Bombers' way until that.
Bombers have kind of shot themselves on both sides of the ball with the penalties. Some, very important times in this contest.
So Lunt's going to take another snap in the inverted wishbone. Full house backfield set. Tries to get the Bombers to jump. In motion goes McDowell. He's going to pitch it out to Stratton. And Stratton's got a little running room. He brings it back across the field. He's got a lot of running room. He's at the 25, and then a great tackle down there by Langdon Allen, but it's going to be a gain of 13, or gain of 13, excuse me. I think. Let's see where they mark it. I think it's at the 20. Was it the 32 or 33?
33, I think.
Must have been 37, 17-yard gain.
37, yep. 107 yards now for Stratton in the contest.
And a touchdown is a lead for the Raiders. Going out Clouser to the far side for the Raiders. McDowell in motion again. Handoff's going to go to Stratton.
There we go. Still got a couple yards out of the play.
That was not Stratton. It was Wiley, excuse me. And it's a gain of 3. It's gonna, no, they move it back. Gain of 2. They moved it back to the 18. So it's 2nd and 8. I've kind of questioned some of these placements tonight.
Brad Baxter says, go Bombers.
So the Raiders, I know their kicker, their main kicker, was on the state championship team.
Oh, yep, we got a offside, a false start on the left guard of the Raiders, and that'll be a 5-yard mark off on Q&D.
Tom's Auto Body is watching tonight. We appreciate you joining us and watching.
So that makes it a 2nd and about 13.
2nd and 13. If the 2nd and 8 before, 5 would make it 13, I think. I don't know. The way this game's going, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Lunt now is 2 H-backs to the right. Single setback is Wiley to his right. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got some receivers across the middle. It's tipped and knocked down. Meredith got a hand on it. It's going up 3rd down and 13 for the Raiders from the Bombers' 23-yard line.
Case 81, I think, also in there, maybe got a hand on it.
As the Raiders taking a little time off, we might get through this 3rd quarter with 2 possessions at this rate.
Right.
It's 3rd down and 13, a 4-possession or 4-down territory, obviously, unless they have a second kicker who can kick.
Well, the kid that kicked the extra point had plenty of distance on it. Raiders going to take a timeout.
And a base camp timeout called here by the Raiders, their first of the second half. We'll take our first break of the second half and be back in just a few moments here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And welcome back to Macomb High School, 12-7, 3rd and 13 Raiders at the Bombers' 23-yard line. Dwayne Hulett, Chris Frankhauser with you here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as Arnold Brothers presents Macomb Bomber football here tonight. And it's really been as good as we anticipated. And we talked about whether it was going to be a high-scoring or low-scoring game. Quite obviously, the defenses are winning.
Defensive one. John Shin saying great playoff game.
Lunt now, a 3rd and 13, rolls right. He's got a receiver in the flat. Now he's looking deep, throws it, and it's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. 4th and 13.
Double coverage over there for the Bombers on defense.
Klauser, the intended receiver, deep. I really think that he threw that out of bounds on purpose.
Right.
He rolled out. There was nothing there, and he knew there was nothing there, and he just threw it away.
So 4th and 13.
And,
Raiders going to go for it here?
You have to go for it, I think, at this point. Unless you got a field goal kicker can kick from that far, you pretty much have to. I mean, what else?
Right.
You can't punt from the 23-yard line. I mean, I guess you could punt from the 23-yard line, but big 4th down. Wiley to the right side of Lunt. Now 3 wide receivers far, 1 near for the, and Wiley's going to go. It's going to be a wide receiver screen. No, a slant across the middle, and he's caught it, and he's going to be close. He's got it. Yep. A 1st down for the Raiders. Inside the 10, 1st and goal. Jackson Stratton. It's been all Stratton show tonight, and for the Raiders, and he got to the 19, a 15-yard gain. It's 1st and 10 Raiders, 1st and goal at the 9, actually, for the Raiders.
Stratton with all the receptions for the Raiders.
Stratton's going to take the snap this time. The Wildcat formation.
One's going to come out as a receiver here in the near side.
He's going to take it, hand off, nope, fake it, roll up the middle, and he's going to go in for, nope, he's going to be stopped short. He'll be down inside the 5, a gain of at least 5. Looks like he's at the 2 or 3 yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Gain of 6. Second and goal at the 3. And he'll be Lunt calling to play, but I bet it's Stratton at quarterback. They're going to run right up to the line of scrimmage. And Lunt goes under center, and he's going to get the quarterback sneak in for
no signal yet.
They threw a flag. I think they were mid-motion.
Yep.
Illegal procedure. I think the line started moving before the ball was snapped, in all honesty, and it's going to bring up second down and 8, goal from the 8 now.
So big time opportunities for this Bomber defense to stop, set up second and goal now from the 8.
We'll see what happens here. As this game has been absolutely everything you hoped it could be and more. I thank Billy's Furniture for coming on board for the playoff run. We'll have more from them and there's Stratton rolling right side. He's going to find his way down inside the 5 again. It's going to bring up third and goal from about the 4, I think. We'll see Ethan Ladd on the stop. See where they mark it. It's 4th and goal from the 3. A gain of 5. It's got the 5 back. It's 3rd and 3.
Dwayne now inside the 10. They don't get it here. Do you take the 3 points? You got a kicker that it looks like he can make it from this distance.
The hash, though, man. These hashes are wide. It's hard. If they come back to the middle, they might. Stratton's going to go right side. The Bombers are not going to get in there. They gets hit, but it's a touchdown, and the Raiders have the lead for the first time tonight, 13-12. Now the real question is, do you go for 2? Probably don't have to because you know the Bombers don't have a field goal kicker.
So Stratton with his second touchdown tonight, this one from 6 yards out.
And
looks like he's going to, is that Stratton to kick the extra point?
Yep, it is Stratton on to kick. The PAT, he's the one that kicked the last one as well. He had the long run and then had to kick, and now he scored another touchdown and he's got a kick. And here it comes. The snap, a little fake snap, wobble, bobble, and then a snap finally. It's a bad snap. It's on low, and it's good, I think.
Yep, he got it down and through.
And it's 14-12. The Raiders have the 2-point lead over the Bombers. And we'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH in just a couple moments.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Game being brought to you tonight by Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also find the download available on their community market website. Single copies can be purchased at locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and of course Macomb. King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell and Macomb support Macomb athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 837-MY-DC. So here we go. The kick is going to be picked up by Langdon Allen at the goal line, at the 10. He's got some running room around the left side. He makes one guy miss, and he's going to be brought down out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. So a little bit of a bonus, 2-yard bonus for Langdon Allen and the Bombers as they trail for the first time tonight, 14-12.
See how this Bomber offense responds. Said, unfortunately, we've had some costly penalties here on both sides of the ball at key points in this game.
Yeah, we'll see what the Bombers are able to do here as we get ready to go here, as the Bombers have shot themselves in the foot quite a bit. We'll see if they can reel things back in. Duncan's going to take the snap. 4 receivers too far, too near. Reiner, the lone setback to his right side. Duncan's going to tuck it, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Loss of about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
They're going to give him forward progress up close to the 20, I think. Loss of 3. Second down and 13. Oh, they marked it out. They started at 23. Well, they gave him a lot of forward progress on that kick return.
Right.
You're right, then, a loss of 4. Sounds like the air evac helicopter is flying overhead. So the Bombers trying to respond here. Langdon Allen in motion. He's going to Duncan, throws it to Lindsey May, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 5. We'll see where they mark it. A gain of 4 on the middle screen to Lindsey May, and it's going to bring up. They call it a flag. What? No flag. They wave the flag off, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Bombers.
3rd down and 10.
Ian Case, Carter Hogue coming in, Jaden Jones coming out. Drew Watson is a receiver on the near side. Jaden Jones going back out now. He'll go far side. And you can feel the momentum has switched to the white side here as the Bombers need to make something happen. Drew Watson stopped and the throw went deep. That was Watson, and the communication for Watson and Duncan not there like it is for the JT Jeter-Duncan connection, and Watson stopped and Duncan didn't expect him to.
Right.
So it's 14-12, and the Bombers are going to have to punt it away from their own 23-yard line. Duncan back to punt. Gets a nice punt away. High end-over-end punt.
Take a good bounce.
It's going to take a sideways bounce again and actually roll back out to the 44-yard line. Langdon Allen down there to recover. And it's going to be, they said that was all the way out to the 45.
32-yard punt for Duncan.
And they're going to mark it
all the way out to the 45.
Yep.
I marked it where Langdon's feet were, not where the ball was.
Right.
So it's 1st down and 10 Raiders at their own 45-yard line, and not a bigger drive this year for the Bombers defense than this one right here. Lunt, the quarterback again. In motion goes McDowell. Handoff's going to go first time on the carry. Number 34 is Jordan Stickler. Fresh legs, goes forward for about a 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. And an injured Raider on the field. Looks like a cramp maybe. Now they're going to look at a knee. Unfortunately, we'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple moments.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Welcome back to Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Hearing that the injured Raider looking his left knee is Ben Schwartz, starting center, number 72, as he gets helped up off the field as we speak. Hopefully he is okay, as he walks off gingerly on his left leg. But replacing the center is a tough position to replace. A gain of 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 after the injury timeout here at Macomb High School.
So we're waning moments of the 3rd quarter.
This 3rd quarter, for as much running as there was, has taken quite a while.
Right. That Bomber opening drive took quite a bit of time off the clock.
And Lunt's going to come back out with crew. Going to hand off. Nope, he keeps it, and he's got some running room. And he's going to run out of bounds, and there might be a flag late tackle by Max Reiner. Lunt goes close to the first down. He's going to be short, a gain of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Gain of 5 yards, 3rd down and 1.
Big series here for both teams. Bombers trail by 2.
About the Bomber 46.
Lunt takes the snap, hands off up the middle. Stratton, he's not, well, he did get there. Second effort got him the first down, I think.
Initial hit by Reiner.
They're surely going to give it to him, aren't they? I don't know where they marked it at. They're saying they're not. Oh, that's a first down.
Oh, yeah, now they're moving. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, holy smokes. He stretched at the last second and got that, folks. It was very close. Reiner coming through the backfield made a good stop.
We're not going to get another play here in the end of the 3rd quarter.
So that'll bring the 3rd quarter to an end. We'll take a short break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as Arnold Brothers brings Bombers Sports. It's the 4A playoffs here tonight from Macomb High School.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here as we get ready to go. It's 1st and 10 Raiders to Bomber 45-yard line. McDowell in motion again. Lunt's going to take the snap, hands off late. Stratton is going to go gain for 1. They're marking him a gain of 1 as we're in the 4th quarter here, just underway. 4th quarter action from Macomb High School. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presenting Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Chris Frankhauser alongside. Kenny Suter up on a camera. John Burton is on a sideline camera that has not worked at all tonight. We apologize for that.
16 carries for 126 for Stratton thus far and 2 touchdowns.
Stratton, again, a short gain, though. It's not a whole lot there. Another gain of 1.
So we've got in there for the Bombers.
Carter Hogue on the stop. Stratton another 1-yard gain. It brings up 3rd down and 8.
So I thought I saw number 8, Connor Bishop, and help on the tackle for the Bombers. Big 3rd down for the Bomber defense here. 3rd and about 8 for the Raiders.
If it's 3rd and 8 or longer, do you go for it if you're the Raiders, or do you punt and then let your defense go to work? Well, that was illegal procedure. Yep, they're going to fall. Here comes the halfback pass, and Klauser's there, but it doesn't matter. It's coming back. It's incomplete. It's no good, as they were not set on the far side, moving towards the line of scrimmage. It's an illegal shift, as the far wide receiver was not set. He was off the line, knew he had to be on the line. He was stepping up to get on the line of scrimmage, and they weren't set, and it's an illegal shift. And it is huge, huge, huge for the Bombers after a touchdown pass on a halfback option. And that the worst thing about that for the Raiders is you maybe shot your load there as you're trying to, you're trying to make something happen.
So that's going to move it back and make it a 3rd and 13.
13, yeah.
Back to the 40, almost the 49-yard line in Bomber territory.
Could have been huge. See if they can respond here. Stratton and friends, 3 of them to the near side for the Raiders. Lunt's going to roll right, looks back left. Now he's going to be in trouble in the backfield. He's got some running room rough side. He's going to throw downfield. It's going to be intercepted on the far side. Braden Holdhouse gets the pick for the Bombers, and no need to worry about fourth down. The Bombers have the ball back. And I said this earlier in the game, and I feel like that the officials in some of these games, and I don't mean to, not all of them, but like this, they put the nose of the football right on the 40-yard line. They don't like actually mark it where it's at. They just, okay, it's a turnover. We're just going to give it to them at the next closest yard line.
Here.
You know, like we'll give them a half a yard or take a quarter of a yard away. But Duncan now is the Bombers give it to Reiner. He bounces it outside. He's got some running room around the right side. He's going to go for a decent little gain on first down.
Looks like about 4.
It is going to be a gain of 4. Chris is correct. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Bombers.
21 carries, 72 yards for Max.
Second down and 6 for the Bombers. Duncan's going to take the snap. He looks left, now goes back to the right. And it's incomplete. He intended for Jones, I believe. And it's 3rd down and 6.
Aiden Klauser on the defense there. I think got maybe a fingertip on that football. See if the Bombers can get this first down and capitalize on that interception turnover by the Raiders.
In motion. Hand off to Reiner. He's going to try and get outside. He's not going to get there. Maybe he will. He turns the corner. He's going to get across the 50 down to the 45, inside the 45. And I said he wasn't going to get around the corner, and I still don't know quite how he did it. But he goes from the 44 to the 42. A 14-yard gain and a sports corner first down for the Bombers. How on earth did he get around the corner?
I don't know. There were 2 white jerseys out here, and somehow Max got by them, stayed in bounds.
A little hesitation. It was like a little hesitation. Yep. Duncan's going to hand off to Reiner again. This time he's going to try to cut upfield. He's going to lose a couple yards, though. Loss of 2. 2nd down and 12. He tried to cut up inside rather than trying to bounce it outside farther that time, and it did not work. A loss of 2. It's 2nd down and 12. Bombers right up to the line of scrimmage very quickly. Duncan, 1 wide receiver near, 2 far. 2 setbacks, 1 to his left, 1 to his right. Duncan throws to Jones. Jones is going to make one man miss. He's going to make another man miss. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown. Bombers, and they take the lead. Jaden Jones on the 44-yard touchdown pass from Duncan, and it was all Jaden Jones as he broke several tackles, and he gives the Bombers the lead after the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown. Now, this is huge.
Yep. I was just going to say
huge
that.
For the Bombers.
Now it's an 18-14 lead. The Bombers.
If you can get 2 here, at least they have to get the PAT.
Right.
Duncan. In motion goes Langdon Allen. Rolls right. Looks at Langdon Allen. He's going to go deep into the end zone. It's caught. A 2-point conversion pass is good to Jaden Jones. And it is the Bombers retaking the lead. 20-14, a 6-point lead for the Bombers here in the 4th quarter. And this place has come back to life. 8:17 remaining, maybe?
I think so.
I do believe it's either 8 or 9, 17 remaining here in the 4th quarter. And the Bombers have answered on several different occasions tonight, Chris, and that was huge right there.
John Gentry, Jaden Jones, Melanie Butler, yes, let's go Bombers.
We'd like everybody being in the live chat. We're sorry we've had a few issues. We got our internet disconnected earlier on accident, so we apologize for that. This game being brought to you tonight by Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Ranch at 309-351-8192 for a quote today.
Heck of a run there on the reception by Jones, breaking how many tackles? At least 2 or 3 on that play.
Yeah, and he was stopped a couple times. It just kept his feet pumping. As we get ready to kick off for the Bombers here, Langdon Allen, I do believe, on to kick off. (20-14). Kick to the left side. It's going to be picked up at the 28-yard line.
Number 17.
And a big tackle back there by Drew Watson. And on the return was Gavin Dolman. We'll see where they mark it at. I think he was out near the 25 when he actually got hit. They're going to mark it at the 29, excuse me. He was near the 30. They call it a 1-yard return, and I really thought he got hit and he was stumbling. I thought maybe they might give him that forward motion, but they did not. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 29-yard line. They trail by 6. The Bombers with the lead here at Macomb High School. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Bomber sports. Blunt looks downfield. He's got a receiver underneath. And no, he dropped it, and he hurt his shoulder. Oh. Who was that over there on the reception attempt? Number 23, Charlie Lavery, and he landed on his shoulder. And he was hurt. He was holding his arm earlier tonight as well. And it's back to that. No, it's the right one this time. He was holding his left one earlier, I think. And he, as soon as he went down, he was holding the left arm or the right shoulder. So it's 2nd down and 10. Injury timeout. This game being brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit www.wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. So Lavery gets off the field.
Midwest Explorers, time left, we think about 8:03 again. Can't see all of the time on the scoreboard from our angle, blocked out by one of the light poles.
So 3 wide receivers near side, 1 far. 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders from their own 29-yard line. Bombers. And they got crossing pattern open. Oh, they're going deep to Klauser. Klauser makes the catch, and there's a face mask. I don't think they called it. Klauser's going to keep his feet moving, and he's going to have a big first down, and a bunch of Bombers finally, including on the stop for the Bombers, number 8, Connor Bishop, Jaden Jones, and Langdon Allen, as well as Lindsey Main all the way down there. But from the 29-yard line all the way down to the 31, a 40-yard pass play for the Raiders. They're going to move it back one to 39-yard completion as they brought it back a yard. They just randomly moved the ball. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
So a big first down for the Raiders, and the Bombers defense needing to make a stop here. In motion goes Stratton. They're going to flanker it out to him on a flat. He's got some running room. And a flag down behind the play, and it's going to be on Carter Hogue, I bet. It's going to be on Carter Hogue. We'll see. Carter Hogue was on top of a Raiders player behind the play. That's where the flag was thrown to. We'll see who it's on. We're going to see where it's at here.
That is on the Raiders.
It's a hold. So they're going to give 2 yards on the carry, on the pass to Stratton, 2 yards on the pass, and it's going to end up being a 10-yard penalty. But it's going to be a first down and 18 for the Raiders. First down and 18 for the Raiders at the Bomber 40-yard line. I was really expecting Carter Hogue to be the beneficiary of the reception of the flag there, as he was on top of a player, but nothing, thankfully for the Bombers, that was not the case. McDowell comes in motion near side. No, it's Stratton, excuse me. Downfield, they're going for Stratton. Jones is there, turns his head around, and That could have been offensive pass interference. They both got together. They were both looking for the football, though. No flag, and they came together, but Jaden Jones and Stratton come together, and
Josh Butcher says, "Let's go defense."
It's second down and 18, and if Jones had not turned around when he did, that's pass interference 100%.
Right.
You heard somebody in the booth up here yell it should have been offensive pass interference. I think it was just incidental contact, unfortunately. The two players looking for the ball, and they ran into each other. McDowell this time does come in motion near side. Lunt's going to roll out right side. He's got a receiver downfield. It's Clouser, and there's going to be pass interference.
Nope.
No
flag.
They got their feet tangled up again.
Jones and
Jaden Jones and Clouser that time.
It's a 3rd and 18 now for the Raiders.
If you're a Bombers fan, that's a great no call. If you're a Raiders fan, you probably wish it had been called there.
Paula Swain Rhodes says, keep the fire going.
3rd down and 18 for the Raiders now. Not much time going off the clock here. Both teams throwing a lot. And now the side judge on the far side is walking in to talk to somebody. Not sure.
Huddle.
And Ethan Ladd and Max Reiner in there, and Lindsey May standing by the official as well. Not sure what that was about, but Carter Hogue, the Bishop on the far side over there, excuse me. Carter Hogue over here on the near side. 3 wide receivers near side Lunt, and they're going to take a timeout. Are the Raiders? That's their second timeout, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the second timeout of the half.
Bombers still with all 3 of theirs.
I don't know if I took the Raiders one off earlier. I did not. So it's only 1 timeout left for the Raiders, and that could be huge.
Dan Smallsoft saying, great coverage. We thank you. And said, let's go Bombers. Wish I was there watching softball at Vonti's done.
So Ron Elway Auto Sales helping to bring you this contest with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elway Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. Big pair of downs here for the Raiders and the Bombers. 3rd and 18, and the Raiders have had some looks at some good balls, and they just have not been able to catch the ball, or they've had a penalty bring it back. Lunt rolls right again. He's got a receiver open in the flat. He's going deep to Clouser, and it's going to be dropped and nearly caught by Clouser when Jones couldn't hold on to it with one arm, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 18, and now the question is, do you punt or do you go here? And it looks like they might go for it, but I really think that this is a punting situation.
Do a pooch kick and pin the Bombers back deep?
Yeah, I think you pin the Bombers deep
risky.
and make your defense do something here.
I mean,
of course, I mean, you figure if you punt, you don't gain a whole lot maybe, but you could gain pretty easy 20, 25 yards here.
But this is 4th and 18. This isn't like a 4th and a couple yards, but at least right now, the Raiders lined up to go for it.
They're in their similar formation they were last time when they tried to draw the Bombers off.
Right, and then he'll drop
They're
back.
in a bunch formation near side. And they're going to snap it. They're going for it. Throw to the middle of the field. It's through the hands and incomplete. The Bombers are going to hold.
17.
And it was
Gavin Dolman.
It was in his hands for a first down, and he dropped it. Went right through his hands, a little bit behind him. But, man, you get it in both hands like that, you got to make the catch if you're the Raiders. And they turn it over on downs to the Bombers. 1st and 10, MHS at the 40-yard line on their side of the 50.
Six-point lead for the Bombers and a chance to tack some more on here. 1st and 10, nose of the football right at the Bomber 40-yard line.
Tough catch. I mean, it was a tough catch for Dolman, don't get me wrong. But, man, when you get your hands on that, you got to make the catch. Here's Duncan going to hand off to Reiner. He's got some running room. We're across the 45.
That's what you want to see.
Covering it up with both hands. A gain of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4.
See the Bombers. Nice 4, 5, 6 yards and eating some of that clock away with the Raiders down to just 1 timeout.
Duncan brings the play in now as the Bombers going to huddle up and probably use as much time as they can here.
24 carries, 89 yards to Reiner.
And I would imagine you're going to get a healthy dose of Reiner here, and another handoff from Reiner. Not a lot of room, but he makes something happen. He's going to be close to a Sports Corner first down. He's going to be dropped a yard short, screwing up 3rd down and 1 on a gain of 4 for Max Reiner.
It's like number 2, Wiley on the stop for the Raiders. Stratton also in on that stop, number 15.
And they're
trying to work on.
I think that somebody's hurt there. Left arm problem for Wiley.
Brock Wiley?
Yeah, Wiley's hanging the left arm, maybe a little bit of a stinger. You can see him in pain there on your screen. And I can't believe an official's not stepping in there and saying something to him about that. He is quite obviously injured, not using that left arm at all. Bombers going to go third and 1 from the 49. Duncan under center is going to take the snap, and he's going to be close to the first down.
The second effort. Got it. It got across the 50 at about the 48.
He did. He got across, and it's going to bring up a Sports Corner first down from the 50-yard line. The clock runs. Bombers have it in plus territory by about a length of a football.
Yeah, initial stop. He was stopped. Initial progress, but a late surge by Duncan gets the first down on the Raiders side of the 50-yard line.
Bombers going to take the snap from a shotgun again. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He's got running room around right side. Rounds the corner near it. Sports Corner first down.
Close.
We'll see where they mark it at.
Hit the down marker on the far side, but I think it's going to be marked about a yard short.
It'll be a gain of 9 for Reiner. 2nd down and 1 from the 41 for the Bombers.
Max now over 100 yards and officially 26 carries, 102 yards.
This is a huge, huge drive for the Bombers. Go up 2 scores, you can get a touchdown here.
Right. Eat up some clock while you're at it.
It ran out of bounds, so the clock stopped. Can't see the clock again, folks. We apologize.
Kevin Johnson says you have to love it when the ball carriers dealing the blows.
That is correct, and Max Reiner does that all the time. And a timeout charge to the Bombers. We'll take one as well as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Welcome back. 5:35 remaining here. Bill Horrell in the booth tonight. He's going to come down and try to help us keep track of the time a little bit better here as we get down to the end of the fourth quarter. 5:35 remaining in the football game. Bombers with a 6-point lead and the football. They have a 2nd down and 1 from the 41 of the Raiders. Reiner. No, that's not Reiner. It's Lindsey May. The fullback gets the Sports Corner first down. Lindsey May on the carry. They said Reiner. I thought it was Lindsey May, though. I thought I saw Reiner standing in the backfield. Was it right or was it wrong? It's a 2-yard gain of Sports Corner first down nonetheless. And the Bombers, with about 5 minutes remaining now in the football game, have it 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Duncan looks to throw. He's going to go deep downfield. He overthrows Langdon Allen.
Allen had a couple of steps on the defender.
And he's saying he was held a little bit. That's something, I've talked about how good these guys are at connecting deep downfield, and they've just been a little off tonight.
Lavery on the coverage, 23 for the Raiders.
Good to see him back in. He's the one that hurt his shoulder a couple plays ago.
Right.
Offensively for the Raiders, so good to see him back in. Have to see if Schwartz comes back in and if they get the ball back here. There's the handoff. It's going to be close to a first down.
I think second effort may have gotten it.
Max Reiner to the 40 or to the 30. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 after a gain of 9.
That's going to be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 9 for Reiner to the 30-yard line.
113 yards now for Max on 28 carries.
Bombers slowly walk into the line of scrimmage now. Duncan looked like he was going to take the quarterback sneak snap. He does not. He's going to hand off to Reiner instead. Reiner's got a running room, and he'll have the sports corner first down. A gain of 3, and it's 1st and 10 Bombers at the 27-yard line of the Raiders.
Cameraman John Burton down below keeping up on the time on the chat for us as well.
Camera not working, so John Burton doing some bonus coverage for us. I appreciate it, John. Not sure why our new wireless transmitter system isn't working. We'll have to go back to the old one, apparently. Works from short distance. Supposed to be 1,000 feet, but it isn't working from that far. Here's Duncan. Hand off to Reiner again. Bounces it outside. Cuts it upfield inside the 20.
Okay, close. About a yard or two short, it looks like.
See where they mark it at finally. It looks like the 29. It's going to be a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2 for the Bombers.
Down to the 19.
It is at the 19-yard line. And the Bombers rush to the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
And again, the Bombers, that time, it's Ian Case who jumps. Ian Case jumped early.
7th penalty on the Bombers for 65 yards on the night.
A 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd down and 7. Clock is running.
Under 5 to play.
It'll be under 3 before the clock ball snapped. I just heard the radio station beside us say. Duncan's going to hand off to Reiner. He makes a cut, pulls up field. He's going to be close to the 20, making the 22-yard line maybe. Gets about 4 or 5 of those yards back.
31 carries now for Reiner, 131 yards.
He actually got 2 yards on a carry. It's 3rd down and 5. This is huge for the Raiders here. The Bombers have 2 downs to get there. Duncan, hand off to Reiner. He comes left side. He breaks the tackle. He's going to have a sports corner first down. He might have a touchdown. He lowers his shoulder. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. A sports corner first down from the 27-yard line, or from the 22-yard line, excuse me. He's down to the 4.
2:08 remaining in the contest.
And to the 4-yard line, an 18-yard gain. And it's 1st and goal Bombers with 2:08 remaining in the football game.
32 carries now for Reiner, 151 yards.
You wondered if the Bombers could win a football game if they had to really grind it out. Could they play 4 quarters? They're trying to do it here. If they can get it in the end zone, it'll be a dagger for the Bombers. Reiner is going to cut it upfield, and he's going to be in. Big hit at the goal line.
Wow.
Did they keep him out?
Yep, they did.
What a hit. Who was that down there? Daniel Dyer. Man, what a stop.
That hole was huge in there.
Dyer.
One man, it was Dyer, and the Raiders are going to take, I believe, their last time out.
That's the last time out of the half for the Raiders. As Chris just said, the ball is going to be at the 1 or 2 yard line. I can't really tell.
It's like about the 2.
So a gain of 2 for Reiner. And I'll tell you what, I thought that ball I thought that he had a clear line to the end zone, and Dyer came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he did.
What a
So I
play.
said that hole was huge. It looked like Reiner was going to walk into the end zone.
And you don't see very many people hit Reiner and knock him down like that.
Yeah,
and he got hit a ton by Dyer. And
Daniel Dyer, 41 on the hit for the Raiders.
second down and goal. Final timeout of the game for the Raiders. So it's all or nothing here defensively for the Raiders. They have no timeouts left, under 2 minutes to go. They have to get a stop here. This is it. It would take a miracle to get. Handoff's going to go to the up back.
Is that May?
Nothing there.
Is that May?
Lindsey May, the fullback. He gets a yard. It's third and goal from the one now.
Third and goal now for the Bombers at about the Raider 1 yard line.
Got two plays to do this, and they're going to use as much time as they can.
We're down to 1:24 on the clock. Winner of this contest gets Murfreesboro next week. At home.
Whoever wins gets them at home next week. And the Bombers are going to take
their
second timeout. We'll take a break as well and be back here on down to the home stretch here from Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. And man, this has been fun.
John Burton confirming 1:14 left on the clock. Braden Ruda says, "Go Bombers, shout out please." Little Debbie said, "Anyone else see the kid from West Central had 360 and 7 touchdowns last night?" Yeah, we did.
We did. We were there. I was there. And it was fast. It was a fast 362. Here's Duncan under center, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. A Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers.
Yep.
And I could see the near side official had to signal up. And 108 remaining. 108 remaining, and the Bombers go up by 12. JB, if you're watching, I'm looking pretty good on Bombers winning by 10 right now, buddy. Yeah. JB. I hope you're watching at the Sports Corner at 124. As Sports Corner first downs have been plentiful for the Bombers. Bombers going to go for 2 here. They're going to hand off to Reiner. Reiner bounces it outside, and he's going to turn it upfield, and he's going to get in. Max Reiner, the 2-point conversion is good for the Bombers. And they lead 28-14 with 1:08 remaining, but there is enough time that you have to play a little defense here. We saw Stratton after the Bombers went up 12-0. Stratton answered instantly with a 67-yard run. So the Bombers have to play some sound defense here and make the Raiders run a few plays. Obviously, they're going to be passes, but you've got to make the Raiders run the ball here and run some plays off. You can't give up a quick score.
Crystal Borthoff says, yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Connor Bishop talking to the coaching staff here. Lindsey Mays out there. Langdon Allen on to kick off. Carter Hogue is out there. Ian Case and Bishop high-fiving. Jaden Jones is out there on coverage. Denzel Cochran out there on coverage. On the far side in coverage, number 4 is Cohen Green.
18, Charlie Hernandez coming in late for the Bombers.
Braden Holdhouse is over there on the far side. That's the kick coverage team here, and they have never had a bigger kick than this one right here with 1:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bombers up 28-14. Here's Langdon Allen's kick. It's going to bounce at about the 35, picked up. It's going to be handed off, and it's not going to work. Who was down there?
81?
Ian Case down on the coverage. It was handed off to number 9, Wyatt Mueller. Was Dolman again on the kick receive and tried to hand it off, make something happen. No dice. It's 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 32-yard line.
Sorry, Braden, your name, I mispronounced it. It's Ritz.
Short pass completed to Clouser. He stays in bounds, though. That's not what you want. And a flag thrown away from the play. After the play, Clouser made the catch, but there's a penalty marker down. It's a 5-yard completion. Actually, it's a 6-yard. Yeah, the 6-yard completion. What are they doing here? Personal foul against the Raiders. Man. 77 on the personal foul. That is Garrett Flesner. And it's a 15-yard penalty. And not only did you catch the ball in bounds, but then you add insult to injury with the personal foul. And this one is all but over. Second down, 18. Clock should be running, I believe. It is running.
Now it is.
Under a minute to play. Goes to Clouser again, and he catches it again and stays inbound. Nope.
Incomplete.
Another late flag. Coach Horrell's on the sidelines losing his mind. Is that another one? James Meredith got one earlier in the game, but he's got it. I think he just drew another one. There's another flag. And there might be somebody getting kicked out here.
He's got another one back.
There's another one thrown later. This is getting ugly.
Unsportsmanlike's the second call. 77, if that's on him again, that would be number 2.
What are we doing here? The ball is up to the 30. So the pass was
caught
to the 33. They're going to mark off 15, I think. I don't even know. I've lost complete track of what's going on here. So many flags flying around all over the place, it's hard to tell.
Back to the 18.
Now that's the first 15. Yep. Now they're going to go half the distance to the 9. Holy cannoli.
Oh, they're going
it's
8 down to the 8.
It is. It's first and forever. And the clock will start as soon as the ball is set, I think. Unsportsmanlike and personal foul. 51 and 77 I was hearing, but still first down. Or third down. They said it's third down?
Yeah, third down.
The penalties came after the play.
Now they roll the clock.
Clock's rolling. Third and forever. Downfield it comes to Clouser. And it's
caught. Intercepted.
It's caught.
He stayed in bounds.
It's a first down, though. Tanner Horrell's down there saying, get the ball set and start the clock here.
35-yard
That was
gain.
A great catch by
yes,
Clouser. From the 8 down to the 47, a 39-yard completion. Lunt throws. Oh, looking left. He's under pressure. Rolls. Throws it downfield. He's got another completion.
25.
It's out of bounds. First down for the Raiders. This is prevent defense prevents you from winning. I hate prevent defense. 20-some seconds remaining, I think. That was from the 48 to the 33.
So
it's
15?
No, from the other 48, so it's 19 yards.
19, okay.
The clock should have stopped as he went out of bounds.
Here in 21 seconds.
They're changing it to 24. The radio guys from Quincy, they were all over it. They were all over the clock.
He's saying what?
What's the game? Don't question my clock knowledge. That's what I heard over there. He knows the clock. I'm just going to stop looking and listen to you guys then. Does that work okay? Here comes Lunt throwing downfield. He's got an open receiver, and it's knocked away, incomplete down there on the coverage. Braden Holthouse. That stops the clock. No reason to hurry here if you're the Raiders. The incomplete pass stopped the clock. 19 seconds or so left on the clock. Second down and 10. Sprinkle hustling off the field. You don't want to give up the score here, obviously,
right.
But Lunt's going to roll out. He's got some room. He's going to throw it deep downfield again. It's almost like a Hail Mary, and it's going to be intercepted. And then a flag is Langdon Allen.
Got body
I really don't think that Stratton.
No, I don't think
Stratton
he did either.
Not mean to do any. I mean, he meant to tackle him. He picked him up and then realized where he was at, and he had him up in the ground, and he dropped him weirdly. Stratton's going to get the penalty though, but I don't think that Stratton meant to do that at all. I thought he. Maybe I'm being too nice here, but it's they're saying beside it's inexcusable. There's no doubt, but I don't think he meant to do that. Langdon Allen got the interception at about the 2-yard line. The interception is completed, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty after that. Stratton gets the 15-yarder, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10 Bombers. And the best formation in all of football coming your way right now here, folks. It's 1st and 10 from the 17. And the victory formation, and you can't see a better formation than this if you're a Bombers fan. And it really could have been a bigger win than this for the Bombers if they'd have completed some of those passes they're used to completing. And the kneel down, and the Bombers are going to get the opening round win as Coach Horrell runs out and starts hugging his players as they come off the field one at a time. And a big hug there as the fireworks start flying down off the south end of the field or north end of the field. And the Bombers are advancing to play Murfreesboro. They'll play them at home here next week. And we'll have it on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH's Arnold Brothers brings Bomber Sports.
When Notre says congratulations, Bomber, the victory, they'll see us next Saturday at our place. John Gentry saying, yes, Bombers, great job, Dwayne and Chris. And school record win number 10 for the Macomb High Bombers.
10 wins for the Bombers. Megan, my friend from Quincy, Notre Dame, her brother playing on this team. Not sure if I got to see her, but the Bombers are celebrating a win here and the opening round of the Class 4A IHSA playoffs, and they are excited. Any questions about whether a team can play 4 quarters, whether or not the soft schedule had hurt them, all of that stuff, I think, has been answered as they defeated a very, very sound Quincy Notre Dame team 28-14, and the field is getting ran by the students now as the team and the students are out at the 20-yard line and celebrating a playoff victory for the first time in quite some time for the Bombers.
So congratulations to Coach Horrell and the Bombers. Said they win and into round 2 to take on the Murfreesboro Red Devils. Of course, that is a rematch of the opening round playoff game last year in Murfreesboro that the Bombers went down to defeat.
Yeah, it'll be the number 3 and number 6 seeds playing each other next week here at Macomb High School, and they're all taking a knee, have a little conversation. You got Coach Horrell and friends out there, and it's going to be a big win here. I'm thinking they want that container.
Probably.
Wish we'd have known they were going to want that container while we were up here doing stuff. We'll take a short break and be back here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling will bring the post-game show on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm a pretty calm, cool, and collective guy, but... Sorry, what's your name? Yeah, Evan. Hi, Evan. Yeah, we have no internet. Nothing. I don't know. It just stopped working.
The internet is down.
I know, I'm on the phone with them. No, that was my wife.
I can't get online again.
Yeah, I'm talking to Evan. No, my daughter, my wife. Okay, can you guys not talk? Sorry. Yes, we have the white boxes. I see one. They got horns on them.
It's the one with the horns.
I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know.
We battled some adversity. We played 4 quarters, and we beat a 4A team. So what are they going to say now?
Yeah, you beat a legit 4A team.
Yeah.
And you got another one coming in Murfreesboro with a little something to prove from Heritage for you.
That was one heck of a drive to end the football game. I don't know how much time was on the clock. I think it was around 6, 7 minutes left. And Max just put the team on his back and carried the load there and took it down the field. And Jack ended up punching it in, but that was
33 carries for 150 some yards, 55 yards.
I don't think he's carried the ball 33 times in a game since maybe when he was injured.
Unfortunately, tonight it seemed like Duncan was just a smidge deep on a few passes.
Yeah, we moved the ball the entire first half and we didn't punch it in twice. That's something we got to be better at if we want to continue to play. We had a couple of shots. We were a little long. There was a couple that I thought maybe we should have been caught. But, that happens in high school football. Happens in the NFL, so.
It happens in everything, right?
Everything.
I mean, all season long we've talked about you want to do this to get better, that to get better, or whatever. You guys had some penalties tonight. You had a fumble that you recovered, actually, but you had to fumble. So you didn't play still a perfect game tonight.
No, we did not. Anything but. So we'll go watch the film, and we'll get better for next week. It's the little things. And, they put a lot of pressure on us, so we might have made some mistakes, but they were forcing those mistakes too.
I heard the guys on the radio beside us talking on and off air about they didn't expect to be in this situation. They didn't. They came in, and I think everybody came in expecting this Bomber team to not be what the Bomber team looked like. These kids, obviously, this is a big win, and they were super excited about it. Will you have any difficulty this week keeping them focused and saying, hey, we're not done yet?
No, absolutely not. This team has been focused since the summer started. I don't think we're going to have a problem come practice on Monday. Those guys are locked in. We had probably the best week of practice we've had all year. We had a walkthrough this morning that you would have thought, but that's a heck of an effort. That was 4 quarters of physical football. So that was a great effort.
I think that the defense finally should have said, look, we are here. We've scored a lot of points, but we're here.
Yeah, I mean, those were the 5th and 6th offensive touchdowns this defense has given up. So that's pretty impressive. And and that was a really long run. They broke one the first one. Other than that, we did a pretty good job stopping.
They only had one drive.
Yes.
I mean, that one was just a play that he got it. They had a hole and he broke a couple tackles and he was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's going
he's a great runner.
And that's going to happen, right?
Yep.
I mean, even against teams that aren't as good as you, that's going to happen occasionally. I'm not saying Quincy Notre Dame's not as good as you. I'm just saying, I mean, you beat them, so apparently they're not, at least not tonight. But I'm saying even against LVCs of the world, that can still happen occasionally, right?
Yeah, people are going to break through, and we didn't do a good job of containing the backside, and they busted it. And, that's something you can correct.
What about Drew Watson?
You know, he's a gamer. There was no doubt when he went in the game. Obviously, you're losing something because JT Jeter is
phenomenal. That catch on the sidelines.
He's a D1 receiver, so you're losing a little bit, especially a freshman coming in. But he's got some of the best hands on the team. He runs good routes. Jack has a ton of confidence in him. The kid's a gamer. He made a huge tackle on a kickoff return, a huge tackle on defense when Brandon got cleated. That kid's he's a really good basketball player, really good baseball player, but he's one heck of a football player too.
The only thing I saw is you could tell that him and Jack worked together, but not as much. He stopped on that one fourth or third down play, and Jack wanted him to keep going.
Yeah. That happens.
Now, what's that say? I mean, what's that say about your team when you're throwing decision routes or you choose routes kind of or whatever?
Yeah.
And you're depending on the two of them to be on the same page.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of routes on air, a lot of just understanding football. Those kids do all that. This is one fun group. I was nervous coming into the game because you just don't know what to expect. That was a really good football team. And I wasn't ready for it to be over. These guys weren't ready for it to be over. And they battled and finished the job, so it's not over.
So how does it feel to get your first playoff win as a head coach?
That was an amazing finish to that football game. That was one of the best feelings sports-wise that I've felt. So that was amazing. Hey, and I didn't even tell the guys this, but I just set a school record for wins in a season, so that's pretty cool too. Yeah,
Chris has been talking about that a little bit tonight. It's hard to believe you guys go to the semifinals in years past.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was on that team.
Yeah.
Dad coach. I was on the sideline, start 0-3 and roll off 9 wins. It's pretty awesome.
So it's a big celebration. Celebrate tonight. You know who you're playing. You probably start right back on it in the morning, don't you?
Tomorrow morning, that alarm go off at 6 a.m. I'll be ready to go. The kids will wake me up, and I'll be ready to go.
I wonder, are you going to watch tape when you get home tonight?
Yeah, maybe. I'll put this game. I'll put on your stream. I do that every night. Fall asleep on Friday nights. Well, Saturday night this time to your stream.
So you fall asleep listening to me?
Yeah, put me right to sleep after the first half.
You know what? I hear that a lot. I put a lot of people to sleep.
Yeah.
Coach, congratulations. Thanks for coming up and talking to us. Yeah, we'll be there.
Awesome.
Or we'll be here next week.
Here.
We'll be here next week. It's a short trip. I like these trips.
Yeah, me too.
Just keep doing this, okay?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Bye.
Coach Tanner Horrell stopping in and talking to us. And, a big win for the Bombers. And you got some stats over there?
Yeah, and I wouldn't say these are official by any means, but you talk about the workhorse, Max Reiner, 36 carries, 155 yards. Duncan, 229 yards passing tonight, 2 touchdowns. JT Jeter in the first half, 9 catches for 94. I said just you saw some things out of Macomb that you're doing all the games this year. You saw a side of Macomb's offense you probably didn't have to see much of this year.
Yeah.
With you got the lead and you got the workhorse and Max Reiner back there and just controlled the clock and getting that last score was huge for Macomb High.
Do want to tell you that Sports Corner at 124 Kitchen open till 10:30. They'll be celebrating up there, so go join them at the Sports Corner at 124. And Chris, it's been a fun night.
It has been.
It's been.
You want to do it again next Saturday? I think probably next Saturday.
I think we're going to have to. We're going to have to figure out a way to do it.
That sounds good to me.
Milledgeville will be at West Central, so they'll have that game, and we'll see if they're going to come up and cover that. Hopefully they'll cover that for us, and we can send Kenny Suter off to somewhere on Saturday or Friday night And we'll have the Bombers game, I'm guessing, next Saturday, maybe 3 p.m. is what the AD from Murfreesboro said. We'll see if that holds true. But, man, what an exciting game here tonight. I know we had a few internet issues. Every time they messed with the huddle that was right beside us, it kind of gave us some problems. But we apologize for that. But, man, ton of fun.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and it was great to see this atmosphere here at Macomb High. And you know what? Michelle Whitler saying thank you for coverage. No apologies for any technology issues. You all did great. So,
well, we do our best, but we still, while it might have seemed okay, it's still not good enough for what we want to do. So we'll try to get better next week, and we'll try to improve from here. For Kenny Suter, who was up on the camera, for John Burton, who I never really ever got to use this camera, and for Chris Frankhauser, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us from Macomb High as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brought a Bombers victory in playoff round number 1. They'll move on to round number 2 against Murfreesboro next week here at Macomb High School. You'll be able to watch it here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again very soon.